do you have any adversity that you could speak through? Anything that sticks out that, is just like an anecdotal Andy moment that kind of, forced this or catalyzed this positivity perspective?
Yeah, I always describe, I remember in college, my freshman year of college, we had like the end of year English assignment was this big paper that we had to write on ourselves describing who we were. And I think I might have got a B or something, but I thought I did a really good job. But her criticism of the paper was that I didn't tell the reader about Andy. I told them about my family. But what I was trying to do, like when I explain myself by way of explaining my family because it's really impacted who I am today and how I grew up. I was raised really by my mother, and I'm the youngest of 3 boys. And so just watching my mom work her ass off every day to be, the primary income earner for our family while also parenting 3 boys was no small task. And, like, through that, I learned a lot through my brothers and their mishaps. I learned a lot through my mom, and it really fueled me. Like, seeing your parents work their ass off when you are a kid, to me, was, like, the biggest motivation of, like, I can't wait to fucking work. Like, I just wanted it. Like, I wanted like, I it's the cliche thing, like, you hear artists and rappers talk about it, like, just be able to say, like, "Mama, we did it." Like, I always just wanted to be able to tell my mom, like, she infused in me a work ethic and ambition to just, like, prove to the world that I'm such a capable young man because of her, but also to, like, be able to put her at ease and, like, "You can just chill now, everything's good."
Yeah. And that makes sense hearing that from you because we all hear, from Gary, his story, and you have a similar story. You have a similar motivation for success. You had this strong positive role model that you wanted to give back to because you had that deep sense of gratitude. So I think that's phenomenal. For me, it's a little bit different. My parents were successful, and it's like I didn't see them working as hard. They're divorced, so it was like it was almost like the smart kid thing. I was like, all right, we're okay, we're good. So I didn't feel like as driven. But then later in life, it came from kind of going to college and then separating, getting on my own. And then I did kind of find that like, oh, well, like I'm not just someone's kid. Like, who am I? That was like my urge to kind of prove myself.
Yeah, and it's weird, like, Gary has talked about this thing, what he calls, like, the immigrant mentality, and he had, like I've never tried to take it granted for the privilege that I have as I'm a white male in America, like, in so many ways, I've won the lottery. With
And
that,
you're
there's
pretty
still
tall.
yeah, I'm tall, yeah, uh,
Gary would kill for that.
but there's just something to it, and, like, he had to it's why Gary is who he is, like, of course, whether you wanna call it adversity, but just, like, trials and tribulations of escaping from Soviet Russia to come to America, to live in a small studio apartment in Queens, and to not even really learn English and figure out how to learn this other language and, like, make it in America. Boy, if you're blessed with the right DNA, could you see, like, how that could really fuel someone to become the communicator, the entrepreneur, the motivator that is Gary Vee today?
People are like, "Who's Gary Vee?" If they don't know, I'm like, "Have you ever heard of the American Dream?" Okay, yeah, that lemonade stand, baseball, like the whole shebang. That.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
100%.
100%.